Good evening, everyone. I'm Detective Ryan. I've been working in the police force for over 15 years.
And I'm Officer Lila. I've been partnered with Detective Ryan for the past 3 years. We've solved many cases together.
We have. And tonight, we're going to tell you about a very unusual case. A case that started with a broken watch.
A broken watch? That doesn't sound very serious.
That's what I thought at first. But this watch was different. It was found on a dead man's wrist.
A dead man? So it was a murder case?
Yes, but it wasn't just any murder. It was a very mysterious one.
Tell us everything. Start from the beginning.
It started on a cold winter morning. The date was December 15th. I remember it clearly because it was my daughter's birthday. I was supposed to leave early, but I got a call from the station.
Curious. What did the call say?
The officer on the phone said, "Detective Ryan, we have a body. Found in an alley on the east side. It looks suspicious."
Sympathetic. You must have been disappointed about missing your daughter's birthday.
I was, but this was my job. I had to go. I told my wife I'd be late. She understood.
Curious. So you went to the scene. What did you see?
The alley was narrow. It was between two old buildings. There was trash everywhere. The streetlights were broken. It was a dark and dangerous place.
Picturing a place where no one would want to be at night.
Exactly. And that's why it was so strange. The man lying there didn't belong in that place. He was wearing an expensive suit, a tie, leather shoes. He looked like he had just come from a business meeting.
Curious. Did you recognize him?
Yes. His face was familiar. I had seen him in the newspaper. His name was Mr. Harrison. He was the CEO of a very successful company.
CEO? What was he doing in an alley like that?
That was the first question. The second question was, what happened to him?
Curious. Were there any visible injuries?
There was a wound on the side of his head. It looked like he had been hit with something heavy. There was blood on the ground.
Shocked. So he was attacked.
Yes, but there were no weapons nearby. No sign of a struggle. His clothes were neat. His tie was straight. It was very strange.
Thinking. So he was attacked, but he didn't fight back?
Exactly. That made us think he might have known his attacker, or he was caught by surprise.
Curious. What about his belongings? Were they stolen?
No. His wallet was still in his pocket. His phone was still there. His watch was still on his wrist.
Surprised. So it wasn't a robbery?
No. Everything was intact, except for one thing.
Eager. What?
His watch. It was broken. The glass was cracked. The hands were stopped at exactly 11:15.
Curious. 11:15. That might be the time of death.
That's what I thought. I made a note of it. I sent the body to the medical examiner for an autopsy.
Curious. And what did the medical examiner say?
She said the cause of death was blunt force trauma to the head. The blow was delivered with a heavy object. She estimated the time of death around midnight.
Confused. Midnight? But the watch said 11:15.
Yes, there was a 45-minute difference. That was suspicious.
Thinking. So the watch was wrong?
The watch was a very expensive brand. It was known for its accuracy. The specialist confirmed it was working perfectly before it broke.
Frustrated. So why did it stop at 11:15?
That was the mystery, the central mystery of this case.
Curious. Did you find any witnesses?
We found one, a homeless man who was sleeping behind some trash cans nearby.
Surprised. He was there?
Yes, he was an old man named Samuel. He had been living on the streets for many years. He was used to the cold. He knew the alleys well.
Curious. What did he tell you?
He said he heard a noise around 11:15. He said it sounded like a heavy object hitting something. Then he heard footsteps running away.
Thinking. So the attack happened at 11:15, but the medical examiner said the death was at midnight.
Yes, that was the second inconsistency.
Curious. Did Samuel see anyone?
No, it was too dark. He couldn't see anything. He was too scared to look. He just hid and waited.
Sympathetic. Poor man.
He was frightened. He stayed hidden until he heard the police sirens. He had no idea what to do.
Curious. Did you find any other evidence at the scene?
Yes, we found a small piece of fabric near the body. It was torn. It was dark blue. It looked like it came from a jacket.
Impressed. That could be from the killer's jacket.
Yes, we sent it to the lab for analysis. We hoped the fibers would match someone.
Curious. What about Mr. Harrison's family? Did you talk to them?
We went to his house later that day. It was a beautiful mansion on the outskirts of the city. Huge gates, large garden, very impressive.
Picturing a life of luxury.
Yes, but there was sadness in that house. Mrs. Harrison was devastated. She couldn't stop crying.
Sympathetic. That's understandable.
She told us that her husband had been acting strangely for the past few weeks. He was worried about something.
Curious. What was he worried about?
He wouldn't tell her. He just said there were problems at work. He was distant. He stayed late at the office. He didn't sleep well.
Thinking. So there was something going on at his company.
Yes, we decided to look into his business.
Curious. What did you find?
Mr. Harrison's company was in financial trouble. He had made some bad investments. He had borrowed money from some very dangerous people.
Shocked. Dangerous people? Like loan sharks?
Yes. The kind of people who break legs if you don't pay. The kind of people who don't leave witnesses.
So they could have done this?
Yes. They had a motive. They were threatening him.
But why would they kill him? Dead men can't pay debts.
Good point. Killing him doesn't help them get the money back.
So maybe it wasn't the loan sharks.
Maybe not. But we couldn't rule them out.
What about his employees? Did anyone have a grudge against him?
We looked into that too. Mr. Harrison was not a popular boss. He was strict, he was demanding, he had fired many people.
Anyone specific?
Yes. There was a man named Mr. Collins. He was Mr. Harrison's assistant. He had worked for him for 10 years.
10 years? That's a long time.
It was, but Mr. Harrison was planning to fire him.
Why?
Because Mr. Collins had been stealing money from the company. Small amounts at first, then larger amounts. Mr. Harrison discovered the theft.
He stole from his own boss?
Yes, and he knew he was going to be caught. He had a strong motive to hurt Mr. Harrison.
So he could have killed him to prevent being exposed.
That was a strong possibility. We brought Mr. Collins in for questioning.
How did he react?
He was nervous. He was sweating. He kept looking at the door. He looked guilty. He looked scared. But he denied everything.
Did he have an alibi?
He said he was at home with his family. But his wife confirmed he arrived home late that night, around midnight.
So he could have been at the crime scene.
Yes, but we didn't have enough evidence to arrest him. We couldn't prove he had done it.
So he walked free.
For now. But we kept watching him. We kept investigating.
What about the watch? Did you learn anything more about it?
Yes. We sent the watch to a specialist, a very old man named Mr. Goldstein. He was the best in the country. He knew everything about watches.
What did he find?
He examined the watch carefully. He opened the back. He looked at the mechanism. He found something that surprised him.
Leaning forward. What?
The watch was not just broken. It had been deliberately stopped. Someone had opened the back and pressed a tiny lever. The hands were forced to stop at 11:15.
Shocked. Deliberately? So the killer did it?
Yes. Someone wanted us to think the murder happened at 11:15. Someone who knew about watches.
So the killer had technical knowledge.
Yes. That narrowed down the suspects.
And Mr. Collins, did he have technical knowledge?
No. He was an accountant. He knew nothing about watches.
So Mr. Collins wasn't the killer.
He was ruled out. But that meant the killer was someone else. Someone who knew how to stop a watch.
So who could it be?
We looked at all of Mr. Harrison's associates. We looked at his business partners. We looked at his friends. We found one interesting lead.
Eager. What was it?
There was a man named Mr. Devereaux. He was an old friend of Mr. Harrison. They had known each other for many years, but they had a falling out recently. Something about a business deal. Something that went wrong.
Curious. What kind of business deal?
They had invested together in a property, a large building in the city. Mr. Harrison had cheated Mr. Devereaux out of his share.
Shocked. So Mr. Devereaux lost money?
A lot of money. He was furious. He threatened Mr. Harrison publicly. He said he would get revenge.
So he had a strong motive.
Yes, and he was a watchmaker.
Surprised. A watchmaker. That explains the watch.
Yes, he knew exactly how to stop the watch. He knew how to mislead us.
Curious. So you arrested him?
Not yet. We needed more evidence.
Frustrated. So the case was still open?
But we were getting closer. We were very close. So we had a suspect, Mr. Devereaux, a watchmaker, a man with a grudge.
Curious. But you said you needed more evidence. What did you find?
We started watching Mr. Devereaux. We followed him. We studied his routine. We looked into his past.
Curious. What did you find?
We found that Mr. Devereaux had a history of violence. He had been arrested before, for assault, for threatening people.
Surprised. So he was capable of violence?
Yes, and he had a temper. He was known to hold grudges for years.
So he could have killed Mr. Harrison?
Yes, but we needed to connect him to the crime scene.
Curious. Did you find any connection?
Yes, we found out that Mr. Devereaux had bought a new jacket recently, a dark blue jacket, the same color as the fabric we found at the crime scene.
Excited. So that could be the missing piece.
It was, but it wasn't enough. We needed a witness. We needed someone to place him at the scene.
Curious. Did you find one?
We found the homeless man again, Samuel. We spoke to him again. We showed him a photo of Mr. Devereaux. Eager, did he recognize him? He said, yes, I remember that man. He was wearing a dark blue jacket. He was walking fast. He was looking around nervously.
Amazed. So he saw him?
Yes, he saw him. He was scared, but he remembered.
Curious. Did Samuel see anything else?
He said, I saw him hit the man. He hit him with a heavy object, something like a metal pipe. Then he took something from his wrist.
Confused. Took something from his wrist? You mean the watch?
Yes, he took the watch, stopped it, and then put it back on the man's wrist.
Shocked. So he stopped the watch to mislead us.
Exactly. He wanted us to think the murder happened at 11:15, but the real time was midnight.
That's very clever.
It was, but he made a mistake. He didn't notice that Samuel was watching.
So you arrested him?
We did. We arrested Mr. Devereaux. We charged him with murder. We had enough evidence.
So the case was closed?
Not yet. There was still one question unanswered. Why did he do it?
The business deal, right?
Yes, but it was more than that. Mr. Devereaux had lost everything. His business, his reputation, his family. He blamed Mr. Harrison for all of it.
So he was desperate.
Desperate and angry. He wanted revenge.
So he planned the murder carefully.
Yes, he planned it for weeks. He knew Mr. Harrison's routine. He knew he would be in that alley. He waited for him.
But why that alley?
It was a shortcut to Mr. Harrison's office. He often used it to avoid traffic. Mr. Devereaux knew that.
So he was very calculated.
Yes, he was very careful. But he forgot about Samuel.
So the homeless man saved the case.
Yes, without Samuel, we might never have solved it.
What happened to Mr. Devereaux?
He was convicted. He's serving a life sentence. He'll never leave prison.
That's a harsh punishment.
It is. But he took a life. He had to pay for it.
And what about Mrs. Harrison? How is she doing?
She's still grieving. She lost her husband. It will take time.
That's understandable.
Yes, but she found some comfort in knowing the truth. She knows who killed her husband. She knows he's in prison.
So there's some peace for her.
Yes, that's all we can hope for.
And what about the watch? What happened to it?
The watch is in the museum now. It's a reminder of the case. A reminder of how small details can solve big mysteries.
So it has a second life.
Yes. People come to see it. They hear the story. They learn from it.
So what's the lesson from this case?
The lesson is to never give up. Keep investigating. Look at the small details. They can lead to the truth.
And don't overlook witnesses. Even homeless people have valuable information.
Yes. Everyone has a voice. Everyone deserves to be heard.
That's a good lesson.
It is. And it's a lesson I carry with me in every case.
So the case of the broken watch is finally closed.
Yes. It took time, but justice was served.
Thank you for sharing this story with us, Detective Ryan.
Thank you for listening.
And that's the end of the mystery of the broken watch. Stay tuned for more dark tales.
Goodbye, everyone. And remember, the truth is always there. You just have to look closely.
We'll see you next time on Elevate English.